How do you define a perfect car? The looks? The noise? The brakes? The numbers which are written on a paper? Or the culture around them? I always get the mysterious connection with some. You know, like when you fall in love at first sight. Well, I think it's time for me to share what happens in my head when I hear the word
cars. And in general, combustion engines have been a passion for me for many years. Probably since I was a small kid. And you know, sometimes they say how you were dipped into some liquid and then that sort of became your thing. Well, I believe I was dipped into gasoline because that's what I do, that's what I love, and that's why I'm here today in that beautiful McLaren 570s that is a pure beast. The McLaren 570s is basically, as we all know, the McLaren's comeback after the MP412C-389 hashtag. That's the model of the car that McLaren thought would be very appropriate to their previous model. So that's their comeback. 570s, the 3.8 twin turbo engine, 570 horsepower, as we can see on the badge on the side, 7-speed dual clutch, and it's very good at doing this. Carbon ceramic brakes actually come stock on the 570s model. You actually don't have to take an extra option that will cost you 15 grand or whatever. Very nice for McLaren. Oh, turbo lag. Yeah, speaking about the turbo lag, so there is some turbo lag, unfortunately. As much as I didn't want to have turbo lag in this car, as much as I believe that it won't be that bad, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's only bad when you're in first gear and you have to accelerate really hard. That's the one issue. Sometimes, you know, you put your foot down and nothing is happening. But then when the turbos get there, but then the car goes crazy. The monster wakes up and you're just like this in the seat and you're trying to figure out how not to fly off from the road. But to be honest, the traction of this car is insane. It sticks to the road like crazy. I mean, it does have the Pirelli P0 tires in it, which actually come stock with the car when you buy it.
So what is this car all about? Well, the recipe is pretty simple. Mean looks, low nose, expressive aerodynamics, and lots of carbon fiber. The engine is 570 horsepower, 3.8 twin-turbo V8. This altogether creates a new era of supercars for beginners. But don't be fooled by these words. It's still a powerful, bite-your-head-off kind of supercar. Inside, it's a world of Alcantara and leather made with simplicity and racing in mind. Futuristic buttons and switches, carbon fiber. Oh, wait, I said that already. But the best part by far are the butterfly doors. Now, let me get back to my story that started all my car adventures in the first place and how I became a petrolhead from the age of 3.
I thought about it and I have realized that I have never really opened up in front of the viewer, you know, as a real person. I'm always that character that's there, that's, you know, acting funny and running around and driving fast cars. And today I thought I think it would be a great time for the channel and also for myself to open up a little bit, to explain who I am, why am I here, why am I driving all those cars, And really, what do I have to show you in future? I really want to share that, and that video comes with the purchase of the new McLaren 570s. This car for me is an insane step in my life. To be honest, it's the first real supercar ownership experience that I had. And if you look back to when I was a small kid, you know, I think since 3 years old I got into engines and combustion in general, because my family has a background in quad racing back in Russia, and I remember I was left once on a quad that was turned on, and I was 3 years old. And of course, you know, what do normal guys do when they see an acceleration pedal or an acceleration switch on the, you know, on the steering wheel? Well, you know, when you see a throttle, well, you push on it. Well, that's what I did. Basically crashed into the house, flew off the quad. Thanks God nothing happened to me. Well, that was my sort of first, you know, introduction to let's burn some fuel and make some noise. And then slowly I started getting into extreme sports, and a big thing of my life was downhill mountain biking. I raced in a professional team for a few years, and we had great sponsors and partners for our team. That's where I became a little adrenaline junkie. I was racing bikes, didn't have my driver's license yet, and I always dreamed to have a loud car. I was into cars, I knew like every model, etc., but I wasn't like, okay, 18, my dream car is that. No, I just thought whatever they come up with in the future, and that's it's gonna make noise. Well, I'm gonna want that car. So yeah, then turned 18, made a crazy deal on a car, bought it with like 40% off discount. I don't know how I was able to pull off that deal when I was 18, but I did it. I drove it for a year. I sold it. I made some money. I drove another car. I found a way how to import cars from Germany into Switzerland. You save here, you save there, and I was able to bring up a little budget for my next car, and then gladly it was that McLaren 570s, which I'm currently loving it on those roads, to slow down a bit. And then basically in this span of my 18 years now, what happened is I transferred my passion into a business. And some of you may know that I have a company where we organize car events based in Switzerland, but basically we do it all over Europe. And it's the passion that I love. I bring joy to people. I connect friends and new guys and girls and everyone. And I think it's a great experience for myself and for people that join us on our journeys. That's how I step by step came here. I'm a petrol head. I dream about cars when I sleep. I dream about cars when I don't sleep. I look at them, I adore them, I love driving them. And that's why I think I got such a good connection with that one, with the McLaren. I think they were able to really make a young approach to their clientele. They made a car that's really fresh, it's new, it looks a bit, you know, spaceship-like. And I think that's what buys people. But not only they made the looks, the driving capability of that car are outstanding. I mean, you know, we do call it the baby McLaren, but we're in the supercar area. And I think that's what's really, really cool about that car. I can't believe that I have that opportunity right now. Get in the McLaren, take it out here on that road, put my foot down, and just look at it. We're in the mountains and we see the sea. The sea! You're driving on a mountain road and you see the sea. How much better can it get?
But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a